Hello, my beautiful bumbles. It's me, the Julia Bee. How are you today? Welcome back or welcome into the channel if you're new. How's your brother doing? How are things going? Is he still writing that fanfic where PETA joins a boy band? Let me know how that goes, girl, because I think I want to take a peek at that. Today, we are talking about the thing that if you have been living under a rock, like, girl, where have you been? Hello? Sunrise on the Readathon. So this is my Sunrise on the Readathon vlog. And upon editing the vlog, I realized something. There's not a lot of vlog footage to be found, okay? It's just a lot of me fucking around, dicking around with the other game makers in sprints and various other activities rather than reading. But did I read this month? Well, that's what you're here to find out. I will say that if you do not know what Sunrise of the Readathon is, if you have not been to this part of the internet yet, let me tell you about it. This readathon is put on by the ever lovely head librarian, Katie Coulson, and she has designed something pretty freaking incredible. So based on your zodiac sign, you are put into one of 12 districts, the districts of Panem. Each of the 12 districts will begin with 4 tributes each, right? For a total of 48 tributes. Tributes will be eliminated each week after a battle has commenced, until only one survives and remains the victor. So the goal, obviously, is to keep your tributes alive. And how do you do that, friends? You read your little hearts out. So basically for the entirety of this month, after you finished a book, you would submit pages to go towards your district, your zodiac sign, to help those tributes that you have. At the end of every week, we would have a cannon call to see who lived and who did not. Very sad. It's been a very fun month. It's been a little chaotic at some points, but I think the chaotic also has just been fun as well. And I've got to meet so many incredible people this month and get closer to them. And honestly, I think I speak for all of us when we say that, like, this is probably the best month of our lives. And there will be never a month that's like the same, because obviously it's the first go around of this. And so it's always going to be magical and have a special place in our hearts. So with all that being said, yes, this is my vlog for the readathon. I'm fashionably late, so who knows when this will go up. Hopefully within the first week of August, because, like, what? I'm going to link all of Katie's information down below so you can go check out her channel and you can, see for the readathon next year, because this is going to be a yearly thing. I'm also going to link all the other YouTubers that are part of the game makers in my description as well, because they also deserve some love. They put in a lot of work this month to help make this readathon happen behind the scenes. They put out some really incredible videos, so I would really appreciate if you would go check them out and give them your little subscription, because it is free. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it, because I know that I'm going to talk and yap forever, even though I didn't really read much. So let's get started. Okay, kids, hello. The merch has arrived and I have not taken it off, even though it's July. We don't care. Here's the thing. I have started and restarted this vlog probably 1,000 times, because I can't decide if I just want to do a monthly wrap up when I'm done with the readathon, or if I want to have a dedicated readathon vlog, because I've read so many books this month already that I'm like, well, I can't really put them into the vlog, so I could just start the vlog now. But there's only like 2 weeks left. There's like 2 weeks left of the readathon, and I'm like, I could do 2 weeks of footage, but then like I'm like kind of gaslighting myself, because I'm like, can I make a video for the next week and then post it on the last week of the readathon? Like, is that, because the whole point would be to promote the readathon, but like I've had to have read all month. I don't know, like, because it's not about me, it's about the readathon. Like, I know that like I'm making content for my own channel, but like I really want this content to promote Katie. Like, I really want this content to like be for her channel and this readathon, not me. So I'm like, me posting at the end of the month is just more for me than it is for her. I have so many recommendations of books to read, and then I'm buddy reading a book next week with Cassie, Terror at the Gates. So I'm reading that with her, and then I'm reading We Love You Bunny right now, and I'm gonna read The Darkness Outside Us that Travis recommended me. So almost this vlog is just gonna turn into what books were added to your TBR during the readathon.
We have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
Because the whole point was to read down my TBR, and I have added to my TBR. My Libby is maxed out for the first time in my entire life. I cannot place any more holes with my Libby. So from this point forward, whatever I read is going in this vlog. Okay? Okay. Hello. It is currently 1 a.m. It is. I've taken a several-hour nap to my detriment. Not really, because it's a Friday night now, Saturday morning. And I'm fine with this, actually. Sleep schedule who? We don't know her. Also, excuse my desk. I'm in the middle of so many things. And Tallulah Jean is here to say hello. Say hello, Tallulah. Say hello. Oh my goodness. I'm also still wearing the Readathon merch. I'm so excited. So I have decided that this is just going to be the Readathon vlog. I said this already. Oh my god. Why am I repeating myself? So right now I am reading We Love You Bunny. I'm having a great time. I am sending voice notes to Katie and Kat because they also received the early arc for it and they've read it already. I'm a little behind, but I'm having a great time talking to them about it. It's a lot of fun. I've not been able to talk about like a book other than this, obviously, with someone like this for a very long time and have theories. It's kind of like when I started the channel and House of Flame and Shadow released and we all were gooped and gagged and talking about it. I loved that. I love that energy. That's what really like made me want to start this channel. So I'm so happy to like have that energy back. But yeah, I can't tell you anything about this book because it's not out yet. It's not out until I think August or September. But I'm having a great time. There's so much about this book that I wish I could tell you, but I can't. But I'm having a great time. So I'm going to read this, and then I think I already said that next week I'm buddy reading Terror at the Gates. It has been decided in the Game Maker chat. Not decided, I shouldn't say that. It is kind of become a thing where we're all considering reading The Darkness Outside Us because Travis has read it, Alyssa is reading it, Lori is reading it, and I think someone else has read it. And so me, Cassie, Ashley, Kim, and Kat, all thinking about reading it. I don't know if we decided to bunny read it, but it's just like all of our holds are coming in on Libby and Travis is really hyping it up. And we listen to Travis in this house. I already had Don't Let the Forest In before Travis started hyping it up for the bunnies. But then he like put in the work. He was like, no, we're reading this. Like, we are reading this. So we listen to King Travis in this house. So I don't know if we're all going to bunny read it, but I think I'm going to read that next as well while reading Terror at the Gates. I started Someone You Can Build a Nest In because Steph is listening to it, reading it, and she's having a great time. And I was like, and someone else was doing it too. And I'm like, okay, add to TBR. Like, guys, my TBR is exploding. The whole point of this readathon was to read down the TBR, and it's not happening. So I have that on audiobook. I don't have the e-copy. And I really love the narrator's voice. So I might listen to that tomorrow. If I kind of hit like a slow spot in We Love You Bunny or like need a break. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna listen to some music or maybe listen to some past sprints. And yeah. I'm having a really good time. See you in a bit. Good morning. It is about to be a wonderful day. And I say about, and it's 1 p.m. I've been up and done errands and all kinds of things already today. I'm still reading We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. I'm very excited. So Kat, Katie, and I just made like a group chat so we could send voice notes to each other of our theories. And I'm having such a fun time. I love their theories so much because A, I love when all of our theories coincide, but B, I just love hearing theirs too, because there's things that I didn't consider. And then just like, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, okay, maybe that is like, there's also things that it's just like, I didn't pick up on as well. Kat is doing sprints later, and I'm going to be in them. I think I'm gonna be on them actually. I don't know if I'm gonna read We Love You Bunny while on sprints. I might switch to one of the other books that I mentioned, just so maybe I can listen to them audibly and then like play a game, because I want to take breaks from this book periodically. I want to make sure that I'm actually reading it, because y'all know me. I don't skim books, I shouldn't say that, but I read really fast, and sometimes I'm not always processing what I'm reading, because I just, you know what, I just do that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to say that, but I really do want to give this book the attention it deserves, because it's so good. It's so good, and I can't talk about it because it's an arc, but it's so good. So I'm going to eat some lunch. I'm going to get prepped for sprints, and I'm going to enjoy my day, because it's, like I said, it's a pretty beautiful day. Okay, goodbye. Well, this vlog is all over the place, and I would say that I'm sorry, but it's never going to change. Okay, so, new week, it's Wednesday. I don't know when I last talked to you. I was in the middle of reading Bunny and then We Love You Bunny, which vlog incoming. I am currently this week buddy reading Terror at the Gates with Cassie, which I'm so excited about. And Cassie lives in Australia, so it's like I've never needed someone to be in the same time zone as me as I need her to be, because I am like gushing and gushing about this book, and I need to like squeal about it, and she's asleep. And then so when she gets up, like we have like a couple hours where we will be awake together to talk about it, but like so I have not been able to talk about this book until now, but I am on chapter 15. Y'all, if you've been on the channel for any length of time, you know that I will read anything Scarlett writes. Oh my god. Her Hades and Persephone series, one of my favorite series of all time. Even though I did give it some criticism when I talked about it previously, which I don't know if I ever uploaded that footage. Yikes. But I will read anything she writes because I love her. She's an auto-buy author for me, but I'm having a great time. So this story is a retelling of Lilith. And what Scarlett does so well is that when she does retellings of like famous tropes, mythology, folklore, whatever, what have you, she does the research. Like she fucking like deep dives. This woman has to be neurodivergent, and she has to just fucking like hyperfixate on whatever like new ideas in her head, because she goes hard. And I love that, because the story of Lilith is so fascinating to me, and one of the most like, I would say one of the things that I have also like deep dived into because I love it so much, the lore of Lilith. And so this book is following Lilith. And she lives in, I guess we would call it like Eden, like the city of Eden, like the Garden of Eden. And there's different districts. It very much gives like Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood vibes. Y'all know that's one of my favorite books of all time. So, girl, this, yeah. She is poor, she's penniless, And one night she goes to a bar owned by Zahariv, the male protagonist. She steals a dagger from somebody, and it turns out when she goes to pawn the dagger, the man that she's pawning it to, like, his eyes fill up with blood and he drops down dead. I know, right? And so then she starts getting these really weird dreams, and they always end with someone saying that they're knocking at the gates. And so it's like we are following her as she's navigating this world, which is very patriarchal, very founded in religion and believing in God. It's fascinating. Also, I am hosting my first live stream since my Twitch days on Friday, and I'm very excited about it to get some more books in for Sunrise on the Readathon. So I don't know what I'm going to pick up next, but I'm going to maybe attempt, I was going to say I'm going to maybe attempt to finish this book tonight, but I don't know if I will. I really want to read it with Cassie, but so we'll see what happens. But my husband's actually out right now. He was like, hey, haven't you been wanting like the physical copy of that? And I was like, yeah. And I went to the store to find it and it wasn't there, and I was like, okay, well, it's not here, it's at like another store a couple miles away. And he was like, well, I'll go get it. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, you will not. He's like, I'll go get it. Like, ugh, I freaking love this man. Anyway, so that's my update for right. Don't know what I'm going to pick up next. I will update you when I have either finished this book or read a little bit more of it. I don't have much left of this book. Like, I'm really near the end here. And I haven't started annotating the physical copy. I'll have to transfer them later. But also, hello, welcome back to Julia's Bed Diaries. It's been a minute. Scarlett Sinclair, this is a question for you, not for the audience. How do you write so well? How? Like, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. There was a bit during the very beginning of the book that I was like, man, this writing is really weak and kind of juvenile. You know what? That was rude. That was rude of me. It was rude of me, because the passage I just read, this book can't be anything less than a 5-star. It can't. Like, after what I just read, even if something stupid fucking happens, like, probably the most that it would be is like 4.5, but it would still be a 5-star in my mind. Scarlett St. Clair just has a way of writing characters that are just so powerful, and they aren't weak little bitches, and they speak their truth. Like, this was the praise that I gave in A Touch of Ruin, is that Persephone never held back. Like, she never once was like letting anyone get away with shit, especially like Hades. Like, I loved that, because sometimes characters border on just being so weak that it like borders on the miscommunication trope, because they just won't say what the fuck they want to say. Scarlett St. Clair doesn't do that. She's like, no, y'all gonna use your fucking throat chakra. Like, you are going to speak, and I love it. So yeah, this book can't be anything less than a 5-star. Also, this fucking edition is stunning, and the dust jacket is like, hello, and it has a map. I'm a little sad that like the book only has a map if you get the physical copy. I'm a little bummed about that, but like, I pulled this off and I was like, okay, bitch, she cute, you know? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to finish this tonight because I have to, but then I'm gonna be really sad because I have a very horrible feeling that there's gonna be a cliffhanger at the end that's gonna make me eat this into the sun. I'm so ready for it. I almost feel like I should have done a vlog for Terror at the Gates, but because I really have not like done the readathon justice, I feel like that I needed to just add this to the readathon blog. But here's the thing. This book, Terror at the Gates, is phenomenal for many reasons, and one of them is that it explores Christianity, because that's what it is. Even though it doesn't outright say it's Christianity, it explores Christianity, or just even organized religion, we'll just call it, versus witchcraft. And I love that so much because I'm a Wiccan. And I was raised very religious. I was raised Baptist. The day that I like swore off religion was the greatest day of my life. But the thing is, I still am fascinated by biblical stories, especially when it comes to Adam and Eve. And I don't know why. I just always have been fascinated by that story. I think because it was like they were the first. How did they come to be? You know, the stories that came from them, how they populated the earth, you know, things like that. Why were they cast out from Eden? That type of thing. And this book is that. Like, it's obviously it's a retelling of Lilith, and if you don't know the story of Lilith, like Lilith is believed to be Adam's first wife who like scorned him and was cast out of Eden, and then like was basically too good for him. Like he was not up to her standards, and so then like Eve was made from his rib. And like that's the thing of like that's such the patriarchy mindset of like he made her what she is, where Lilith, like, he did not. You know what I'm saying? I love this so much, but it explores themes of religious abuse and religious trauma. And I guess I didn't really realize how traumatic religion has been for me until I read this book. Like, because there are some things in here that, though I cannot relate to some of them in this circumstance, I can relate to them in other instances. I know that's so cryptic, but I just don't want to spoil anything. I'm really vibing with this book because of how it's exploring these themes. And again, like, Scarlett St. Clair pulls no punches. She is telling you, like, that, you know what? Sometimes shit like this is not fucking okay. And it's just this mindset of like, how can you love something, love a being, a deity, whatever, that oppresses a race or a gender, or, you know, oppresses anyone, you know? And it's like this moment where you're dismantling that ideology and you're dismantling your belief. Like, whew, when the walls come crumbling down, they come crumbling, tumbling down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm vibing. I'm vibing really hard. I'm almost finished with it. I was feeling tired, but I'm getting a second wind because I'm like, I need to see how this ends. I need to see I need to see this through. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so no spoilers, but God. Have I mentioned that hurt comfort is one of my favorite tropes? You wouldn't know it. Oh, I think this is so beautiful because I love when authors are not afraid to write about dark, controversial, triggering topics. I think I said this in my Verity vlog, that I really do love when authors put their whole back into discussing things and do it well. And I just got to a part which I'm going to put a trigger warning on the screen, and so you can mute me until it goes away, because it is triggering for suicide or suicidal ideation. So if you do not want to hear that, please mute me, and when the little thing goes off the screen, you can unmute me. But we as a society talk a lot about suicide, but not enough about what it actually feels like. We talk a lot about, you know, saving people and being there and stopping it before it gets to that point, but we really don't talk about what gets people to that point. And I just love that we're not just brushing over that our friends are like saying, what if I don't want to be here anymore? And we're not being like, oh, don't say that. Oh, we love you. Oh, people would miss you. We're not saying that here in this book. And this just made me respect Scarlett so much as an author. She's not fucking being like, oh, it's okay and it's going to be okay. No, literally. And this is like I don't think this is necessarily a spoiler for anything, but they're talking about like one of the characters gives another character a choice, like, and is like, listen, if you ever feel like you don't want to be here anymore, will you tell me so I have a chance to try to bring you back? Meaning like to talk you off the edge. And they're like, of course. Like basically what they're asking is, will you please tell me if you feel like there's just nothing left, so I can have a chance to like help you. That's just, yeah. Because we say that a lot of like, I never knew, or they didn't tell me, but we never actually say, please tell me, because people are afraid of that. They're like, oh, I don't want to know that you're thinking those thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I have like this, like I am, it's like almost midnight. I'm not tired though. I do work tomorrow, but I want to finish this book. Wow. Getting in my feels, fam. I'm getting in my damn feels. right, so I have finished Terror at the Gates, and I am adding my annotations. Oh, baby. This was a book. This was a really good book. I am going to be very honest that in the beginning, I was a little nervous that it was going, like, the writing was, like, a little weak in the beginning, and I don't know really what it was, but it was kind of like, okay, where are we going with this? And then it picked up, and I was like, okay, I'm sat for it. So, 5 stars, of course, 5 stars. I am, like, recommending this to anyone who, like, has eyes, ears, brains. Anyone I see, I'm recommending this book to. It's so good. It's definitely like if Touch of Darkness and Crescent City, my 2 favorite series of all time, had an emotionally damaged love child. And that is like the highest praise I can give it because it's phenomenal. Again, I really love how Scarlett Sinclair does her characters. I really love how they are real without being like cringy. Like some of the things you probably could argue that it's like, oh, okay, this is not really how we want characters to act in a book, but it just works. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just the way that they react to things and the way that they act, it's like how normal people would act to situations, or at least people who like use humor to handle traumatic experiences. So love that. I will say going into this that trigger warnings for sexual assault that's not on page, for suicide, suicidal ideation, and for religious trauma. So definitely be aware of that before going into this book, because there is, like, it's a retelling of Lilith. So that's like religious out the ass, okay? Very biblical undertones to this book. Not even undertones, very biblical setting in this book. So please just be aware of that. Yeah, I loved it so very much. I have convinced so many people to read this, and I consider that an honor. However, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I was considering picking up Bunny again because I just finished the arc for We Love You Bunny, and so I was considering doing that. Or I'm going to pick up the arc for Hazelthorn because I love Don't Let the Forest In so much. But I'm not sure because now I'm still in like this urban fantasy type of vibe. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll update you when I actually read something.
Well, because I don't do spiders.
Me neither.
Wait. I'm going to regret asking this. Travis specifically. Can you define what spider play means?
No, because it's
Yeah, please.
No, Travis. Travis.
Alyssa, yeah, close your ears really
I'm
quick.
gonna mute y'all.
Okay, mute.
Okay, tell me when to not mute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
I can't hear you, so feel free to talk.
He sticks a tarantula inside her vagina,
Stop.
and then he sings the itsy bitsy spider goes up the water
No.
spout.
Oh, no.
It's like top tier, like
Why are
oh
y'all's
my
faces
god,
look like that?
No.
I love.
I don't like what y'all are doing.
This is some shit that I wish that I had read so that I could say that it happened. Just to say the sentence.
I'm just thinking of poor Amy with her like arachnophobia, and I'm glad she's not here.
Okay, you're good.
Come back.
You're good. We're not.
Read this book.
Yeah, you're good. We're not.
Okay, once again, I don't know when I last left off with you, but I have finished Terror at the Gates. I think I told you guys this. I'm pretty sure I did. If I'm not, I'm gonna cut this part out. I also did start the book of Azrael, which, I mean, look at this fizz. Look how stunning this is. Hello. It is, so because I finished Terror at the Gates, I really wanted something like urban fantasy-wise, and I just, it's not clicking yet. So I switched to Someone You Can Build a Nest In again, and I got to chapter 23, I want to say. But then the girls on Sprints were talking about We Used to Live Here, and that was on my TBR for like the beginning of the year. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read that. And what I mean by that is I'm already listening to it. So I'm on chapter 2, and yeah, I'm having a good time because like Someone You Can Build a Nest In is like really cute and fluffy, and I'm having a good time, but I kind of want something that, like, I don't know, it's like dark outside. I want like something dark and like crazy, and I kind of want to like sit with something, because Amy and Kim were telling me that it's definitely something you need a notebook for, and you're gonna solve a mystery. But Amy was like, well, Julia, you could just like read the book for what it is, and I'm like, girl, no. No, I wish I could do that, but for books like this, I can't. And that's a good thing, but like I can't. So I'm gonna keep listening to this for the rest of sprints. It's 10:24 right now, and we're gonna go on sprints until about midnight. So probably gonna listen to this till the end of sprints, and then if I still have energy after sprints, I'll switch back to Someone You Can Build a Nest In. So yeah, see you later.
I'm surprised
not
you
over.
didn't go straight to bed.
It's
And
not-
you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, I know I'm in trouble because I gaslit myself, okay? And I've been gaslighting myself for 8 months about this because the itsy bitsy spider did not go up the water spout, and the rain did not come and push the spider out. And I have been so upset about this because I recommended this book earlier to my other coworker, and I was like, "You're gonna love it. It's crazy, just like how you like it." And that's where I got this from for 8 months. And I looked back and I was like, "Dang, I did give this book 4 stars. Why did I only give it 4 stars if I loved it this much?" And I'm continuously talking about it. And then she did that, and I was like, "Oh, rug completely pulled out from under me all by myself. I did it to myself."
It was worth it for the way you phrased what didn't happen.
Yeah.
If I look insane, it's because I have not had a night's sleep in probably like 3 days. And I would say it's like, oh, why not, girl? Like, why have you not been sleeping? Like, what's going on? Are you okay? The simple answer to that question is no. No, I'm not. Here's the thing. Not only has this readathon ruined my sleep schedule in the best way. Like, I need y'all to hear me when I tell you that this is the most fun I have had with a group of people in years. Like, this is fucking insane. I have loved this entire month so much. I'm gonna cry when it's over. Genuinely, I'm gonna cry. This has been the greatest. Like, it's like the readathon itself, great, wonderful, fantastic. Katie put her whole house into it. Yeah, we know. But the people, like the people, like, every morning I am waking up and going to the mod chat, the Game Maker chat, and it's like my morning news. I'm just like scrolling, catching up on the happenings, like, because some of us are in different time zones and like different countries and stuff, and it's just like, it's just always a fun damn time. And my TBR is exploding. Listen, have I really read much this month? No. Have I slept much this month? No. But here's the thing. The books that I have read have been phenomenal. Like, I think this entire month, the most notable books that I've read are Bunny, We Love You, Bunny, Terror at the Gates, and now this book. Listen. I blame, all of this blame for this that's going on right now is from Kim and Amy. 1,000%. I blame them. 1,000%. But I blame them in the best way because I'm having the greatest time. Okay, so what I'm even here to say is I have stayed up until 4 a.m. to finish this book. And I have never taken as many notes. And when I said, like, there are pages of notes to the point where I have like chapters for notes. I have an index for my notes. And now I'm sitting here and I'm watching Kim's video on the breakdown of this book to see like what things I missed. And then Amy's like, okay, so when you're ready, I need to blow your mind because little Marcus, the author of this book, he's like throwing a wrench in things. So I'm going to need you to listen to Kim's video. And then there was a 3-hour-long Smut Salon book club video, which I'm gonna have to watch. But Amy's like, let me know when you're emotionally ready, and I'm gonna fuck up your whole day. Oh my God. So this book, what is this book about? Can I even explain to you what this book is about? I don't know. Okay. This book is about a queer couple named Eve and Charlie who have just bought I'm assuming their first house. And it's like this nice, like, little house up on a mountain, you know, and one day a family comes by and they're like, hey, the father is like, hey, I used to live here and I, you know, grew up here. I just would you mind if like I brought in my family to like show them where I grew up and like all this stuff, and like would you mind if I showed them around? And Eve is like, I mean, I would rather not, but I mean, sure, come in. And I'm like, fuck are you talking about? So she shows him in. And he's like, we'll only be here for like 15 minutes. And so they're showing him around. And he's like asking her questions about the house, like the state of it when she got it. And like, you know, oh, there's some things that are different, some things that aren't different, blah, blah, blah. And then the little girl, his daughter, like decides to play hide and seek and goes missing in the basement. And then it becomes this thing of like, are they gonna fucking leave? Because like things around the house are not what they seem. Like there's some like shit of like, something's not right around here. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you that this book is literally going on one of my best books of the year, I haven't even, so here's the thing. This book, The Girls Were Me. First of all, Amy was like, you're gonna have to read this 2.5 times. And I was like, 2.5? And Kim was like, no, she's right. You're gonna have to read it 2.5 times. I was like, where's the 0.5 coming from? That is how unhinged this book is. You have to not only read this book, okay, but you have to actually like do research, and you have to actually follow the subreddit, because there's an entire Reddit subreddit for this book. And then apparently the author is throwing wrenches and things. And there's another book coming out. When I tell you I was not prepared, when I tell you I was not prepared for this, this was incredible. I love this book so much. So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to Kim rant and rave about this book, and I need to pick it up physically. I got it off of Libby and I listened to the audiobook. So here's the other thing. Highly recommend having the reading in tandem, because number one, you don't want to just listen to the book, because there is things you're gonna miss if you just listen to it, but listening to it might help you while you're reading it as well, because you're gonna need a notebook. You're gonna have to take notes. You're gonna have to document things, because when I tell you that this book is not what it seems, like, I don't know how to explain it to you without spoiling anything, but when I tell you that, don't just read a chapter and just flip to the next chapter. Assume nothing. Overthink everything. Amy was like, girl, keep overthinking. And I was like, I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. I'm gonna tell my therapist, like, hey, I actually need to keep overthinking. Like, you telling me that I need to like not overthink, I actually need to overthink. It was told to me by Amy. So but when I tell you that this book is literally not what it seems, when I tell you that I was overthinking everything and I let my guard down for a second and I missed something, and Amy was like, hey, and I was like, oh bitch. Also, highly recommend that you read this with a group of people. What's crazy is Kim is rereading this so she can do a part 2 of this video, and Amy's rereading it, I think just for funsies, but also because of like, you know, because there's going to be another book coming out and there's more information dropping. Like, when I tell you the lore of this book is not done after you shut the page. Yeah. So I highly recommend this book. I gave it 5 stars. I would love to do a vlog on it, because I could do an entire vlog on this, but I will link Kim's video in my description, because you have to go watch her video, but you have to read the book. So read the book and then go watch her video. Okay. But yeah, when I tell you that I don't know what else I'm going to be able to read this month, because I really have read not a lot. I have not read a lot. And the readathon is over this week. It's very sad. So this probably will be the last book that I read for this vlog, which is interesting because I don't know if I talked a lot about Bunny in my vlog. So this vlog is going to be all over the place for this month. This vlog is going to be all over the place for this month. And I would say that I'm sorry, but it's never going to change. So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to pick up my jaw out of hell, because that's where it is right now, and I'm gonna go do something. Okay, hi, hello. Gretchen just messaged me and said that she sent me something. And I've been home all day, so I didn't know that it was... Gretchen, this is really big. What did... Sure. This is really fat. Like, this is really fat. Dude! Oh my god! Oh my god! I have been wanting this for freaking weeks. This is insane! Gretchen, thank you! This is so lovely! Oh my god, I cannot wait to read this. God, this is a thick boy. Holy crap. Oh, that is so lovely. Thank you. I love it so much.
I was gonna say it's anticlimactic. It's not. Okay. I'm gonna do a countdown, okay? To do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
That's who Kat. I don't know who she is.
Olivia's is way funnier.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Good morning. God, I look really washed out in this light. I look like a white person. Ew. So today is the last day of the readathon. Let's all collectively take a second because that sentence, that's heavy. That's heavy. It is the last day of the readathon. So today I am going to try to get some pages in for our girl Leaf because I don't care what anybody says, but I am rooting for Leaf. Okay? We need to protect baby girl Leaf. But it is the last day and I can already tell you that my fellow game makers and we are already like wandering around in our mod chat and we're just kind of like, today's not the last day, right? Like it's not happening. We're just already kind of like, what are we doing? It's actually been a really crazy month and it's so funny to say that because going into this, I did not expect to, I don't know what I expected. I guess I just didn't expect to, not that I wouldn't love this, but I didn't expect to like make the friendships that I've now made and have the fun that we've had. Like I literally just thought like we're going to be very like professional, whatever. And I'm like thinking back, I'm like, girl, when have we ever been professional? But it's like so crazy that this month having like something online, even like it's not even necessarily a physical tangible thing, it's just like an online concept, a readathon, and I've loved it this much and had this much fun. Hello? Yeah. And we were all like gassing up Katie the other day and we were like telling her like this is the most fun we've had this month, and she just, I don't think like she could fully conceive like what we were talking about because I'm like, no girl, like literally this is the most fun I think any of us have had in a long time. So yeah, it's the last day. So I don't know what I'm going to listen to at work today, if anything, because I do have a lot to get done, but I do want to finish Someone You Can Build a Nest In, and then I think I want to start like a really short read, so probably like a thriller, but I have no thrillers on my like back. So yeah, who knows, maybe this will be like the last clip that I make, but it's the last day. I'm very sad about it. Hi, hello. I am home from work. So I did not finish a book today, but I did get pretty far in Someone You Can Build a Nest In, so I'm counting that as a win. And I have until tonight to finish it, and honestly, I probably will. This book is really good. I'm having a really great time. But I just got home, and I have a package, and it's very, like, it's obviously a book, but it's very thin. And I think this is from Drew because she messaged me on Discord and was like, you should have a package when you get home. And I was like, girl, say less. So we're going to open it. I don't know what she could have bought me because I don't have a lot on my wish list right now. So we're gonna see. Hold on, I want to see if there's a note with it first before I look at it. Julia, my Chaos Queen, this is my all-time favorite book, so obviously it had to be my choice. I hope you adore it. I have loved developing our friendship and love talking every day. Love you, from Drew. Drew, I love you so much. Ugh, you're such a freaking gem of a human being. Okay, so what is the book? What is it? Oh my god! Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. If you like books with daggers to the throat, strong female characters, and cool magic systems, then this book is for you. At Shut Up, I'm Reading. First of all, that is an iconic name. Dude, this is your favorite book of all time? Okay. This is so crazy because I did ask. I asked my fellow game makers to tell me what their favorite books of all time were so I can do a Reading My Friends all-time favorites video. So Drew, thank you so much. I love this. And it's so like short. Oh my God, I'm gonna get through this. And like, isn't this a series? This is a series, isn't it? Yeah, Chronicles of Ixia novel. Girl, okay, I see you. Thank you so very much. I love you. Mwah. Okay, so yeah, it's the last day of the readathon. It's the last day of the readathon. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it hardcore. So I'm going to attempt to start editing some of the footage for this. And yeah, I think if I can finish Someone You Can Build a Nest In tonight, that's like it. Like, obviously that's it. God, this readathon has been so freaking amazing. It's been so incredible, like truly. And I cannot believe that it's over. So anyway, I'm gonna go finish reading and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh my God. Hello. I'm not coming at you like all glammed and fammed up because this is the outro you're gonna get, because this is the outro that I feel like putting out. And there could be a lot said about that, but this is just what you're gonna get, okay? Because this is just me. And if I took the time to put my face on to do an outro, you would get this video in like 6 months time, okay? Okay, so here we are, the end of the readathon. Holy freaking cannoli. First off, when I tell you that this month, readathon or no, has gone by so fast, like where is time going? We started 2025 5 minutes ago. Like, let's roll back the clip. Okay. Second, we just need to take a moment. We need to take a moment. I know we've taken many moments. We need to take a moment because I know in the intro I said that like this video is literally just like a compilation of clips from like streams and sprints and hanging out with like the gals, but I realized when editing that I was like, oh yeah, no, bitch, you did read, but also you did fuck around a lot. Like you fucked around a lot. Genuinely, this month has been incredible. I just did not realize, you know, how much went into this once I like stepped through the pearly gates, you know what I'm saying? And I like saw the Discord and the FAQ and just like everything that had already been put together, the graphics, you know, the ideas, the prompts, like stuff like that. Like it just was such a kind of shock to me that this was all put together in, I don't know, like I want to say 2 months time. Like it felt like from when I like kind of stepped away from like being online for a minute that Katie was planning it, and then the next minute like it was done. And it was, I feel like it was only like 2 months time, maybe like a month, but she did that. And so did so many other people. And I love that. I love that for all of us. I will say that there was a lot of crazy this month because it's like the first, you know, it's in its infancy, it's just beginning, it's just born, you know, I could make so many euphemisms here, but it really was like there were teething problems, but I feel like what's so incredible is that Katie doesn't just have a mod team. She has genuine people here to help her succeed, and she has genuine, like I would hazard to say friends that gathered together and said, no, this month is for her. This month is for Queen Bunny, and we're going to put forth like all of this effort. And I love that. I love that all of us were here for her. I love that we were able to help her succeed. And also I just love that when things changed, when things were a little like, oh, like we just fucking handled it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we just did that. And I just love that for us. I love that for her. Like it just felt good. And I'm so grateful to have been a part of it. I cannot wait till next year. Like, I cannot wait. Like, some of the stats, the one big stat, like if you're not following Sunrise on the Readathon on Instagram, you need to do so. Because when Katie posted the stat that we, as a collective, had read 2 million pages, I was like, oh, okay. I think it also is just to be said that like when you get a group of people together and a collective of people together to do a common cause, it's so incredible what can be accomplished that you kind of have to think like, what can be accomplished if we did this for other things, not just for reading, but for things outside of the internet, things outside of reading, things that, not that reading doesn't truly matter and that this didn't truly matter, but things that truly mattered. We read 2 million pages. Can you think about like if we could build like 2 million homes, if we could like feed 2 million people, if we could raise $2 million, like that's where I start to look at things of like when you get a group of people together that do the damn thing with no like reward. Like, okay, that's the other thing about all of this is that there's no like monetary gain for anyone here. This is all just like the power of one person bringing people together. I'm sorry, but that's fucking incredible. That's lightworker shit. And I just give her flowers. I'm serious. So the saddest part though about this is that it's ending because all things have to come to an end. But I just have to shout out Katie and Amy and Kim and Kat and Drew and Travis and Cassie and Anna and who else? And Steph and Ashley and Gretchen and Liv and Tall and Samantha and Bowen and Lori and Jordan and Alyssa and Dana and Carissa and Erin. I think that's everyone. God, I feel like I forgot somebody. If I forgot you, very sorry about it. I just have to shout out all of us. I have to shout out everyone who was a part of this. We did the damn thing and it was so much fun, and I loved like chatting with all of you every morning. I loved my daily news scroll. I swear we should have been able to count the Game Maker chat as pages. I'm just saying, because the amount of messages I had to read every morning sometimes, whoo baby. But also thank you so much to all of you readers for participating. Thank you so much for doing this and for coming together and just for having so much fun and making this month so amazing. We couldn't have done it without you. We couldn't have done it without all the pages that you freaking read. Like, holy crap. It was incredible. It was so much fun. So thank you. Thank you for supporting this. I hope to see you all back next year. I hope to see more of you next year, which is scary to think about, but I just hope that as years go by, we can make this like the most incredible readathon ever. Now the thing is though, as far as books that I read this month, not a lot. You would think that like, oh yeah, Julia, I watched your TBR video. You had like such big plans. Yeah, I did. I really did. The thing about that though is I did have a lot going on at work this month, unfortunately. So as much as I was coming out of a reading slump and wanted to read, I actually really couldn't put a lot of time towards reading, and I'm kind of shocked I was able to put as much time towards being a moderator that I did. But the power of multitasking. She is a Virgo, so she can do it. But I did read some pretty incredible things this month, starting with Bunny by Mona Awad, obviously the cult classic that started Katie's Patreon. Okay, I read this and I didn't buddy read it, but I did send a lot of voice notes to Kat and Katie. Girls, I am not sorry about this spam that I sent you, but I did have a good time. This was an incredible read. I highly recommend it. And then I did actually get to the arc for We Love You Bunny, which is the second book in this series. It's a prequel sequel sort of thing. I rated this 5 stars and I rated We Love You Bunny, I think 4 stars in the end. I kind of maybe think upon a reread it would be a 3.5. But it wasn't a bad time, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't as good as this, you know what I'm saying? And I can't talk about it yet as much because, you know, the book is not out yet. But when the book comes out, oh, bet your ass I'm gonna be talking about it. The next book, okay, so the next book that I read this month is a book that Kat's gonna get the stat for me. But this book is my equivalent to Travis's Don't Let the Forest In, where he is gunning to make sure that this author gets their money because he recommends Don't Let the Forest In to anyone he fucking sees. So on that note, I decided to recommend Terror at the Gates to anyone that I see because, come on, look at this. Look at that. Isn't she gorgiana? And this is only my first read. Can you imagine when I read this the second time? Yeah, Terror at the Gates with Scarlett St. Clair released this month, I believe on the 7th, and I ate this up no crumbs, okay? This was a fantastic first book. I do think that probably upon a reread I would give it a 4.5, just kind of thinking back on some of the things that I really was hyped up about, but it's 5 stars in here and it's one of my favorites, okay? So highly recommend you read this. It's a retelling of Lilith. It's fantastic. It's smutty. It's dark. Give it a go. I will not shut up about this book, and I cannot wait to see how many people I bullied into reading this, especially because I did start a cult. I started a cult in our little Discord server that I was like, we're reading this together. Yeah, okay. And then the book that I'm blaming Kim and Amy for, as you saw, is We Used to Live Here. Loved this book so much, and we're still deep diving it. You thought that like, oh yeah, she's done with the book, she's not gonna deep dive it anymore. No, honey. No, sweetie. No, boo boo. I'm still deep diving this. Still. And the second book does not release until April, and I want to cry about it. I want to cry. But this weekend, I am going to a horror book convention event in Indianapolis, which is Books and Brews. And I'm hoping to get a signed copy of this book and to meet this author. So I'm very, very excited. But yeah, this book was 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 glowing stars. I loved it very much. It worked this little noggin that hasn't worked in like centuries. Okay. And then the last book that I finished up for this month is Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. Honey, if I could give that book 10 stars, I would. It was such a cozy, sapphic, like good time, and an original concept in 2025 written by a man. Hello. Yeah, I need to pick up the physical copy at some point because I love that book. It was a really good time. So, am I forgetting anything? I feel like I read something else, but if I did, it was not as good as these were just the highlights. I feel like I read something else. I don't remember. I don't remember. So she don't exist. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this community, of Katie's community, of the Readathon. I really, really appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. I'll be here all week, baby. I love you guys. Bye.